Okay, again, you run an empty side ball screen and get a pretty good switch here. Okay, I mean, right now we got Jason G on what looks like a guard. All right, take advantage. Okay, and again, if this is not a switch if this is not a switch you like, then go find someone else to put in the ball screen, because you cannot allow Rochester to switch a ball screen and not have a mismatch out of it, and there's no point in setting the ball screen. Now, Rochester looks uncomfortable with this because they're going to end up scramming out of it. But so right here again, let's go hammer this mismatch. Jason G, go set up down low. Jalen, forget about doing anything else. Pull your dribble back. Try and get this ball down low. If not, another angle to Elwood. Maybe get it down low. But this is we got a mismatch. This is where we have to go. But look at again. No one's trying to hit the mismatch. You end up throwing it out. And watch how Rochester now look. Now you let Rochester scram out of this. Okay, now they do have. Now it's back to big for Jason G offensively, and he's going to set another ball screen, and it's just a mess, and Elwood ends up taking a bad three, and you don't get anything. So you run this ball screen. Now you end up getting an open Lats three, so there's not much to quibble with. But again, Rochester's switching everything. Okay, and you can tell that Rochester really does not want to be switching guards onto Jason G. But we have yet to take advantage of that. Okay, and again, look, get the switch. Now we got Armon on Jason G. This is a mismatch you got to take advantage of. Okay, now again, you get they end up coming to double, so that's why you get this Lats 3. But again, look, you can see they're trying to scram out of it and get this big back onto Jason G. So why can't we just set this ball screen? Regardless of anything else that happens, we're going down low. Because Jason G, once he gets this ball against a guard in the post, it's going to be 2 points. Okay? But again, this is a Lats open three. Now, it doesn't go in. It's a good look. It's something that, goes in a lot. But again, we're just failing to take advantage of a guard being switched on to Jason G. Now, again, it does create a double team, and that's why Lats open for three, but we know they're switching. Let's go take advantage. Let's get Jason G on a guard and actually take advantage of it. Got to have some backside help on this pick and pop right here by Rochester. Okay, look at this. So you ice the ball screen, which is good. It's set up well. But again, Jalen's got to move here. Okay, the ball screen's already set. Jason G went to down this ball screen. You got to kind of split the difference here. Okay, so that once this pass gets made, right, you're just jabbing to give Jason G an extra second there to recover back onto the big. You can't ask Jason G to go down this ball screen and then recover back onto his man with no backside help whatsoever. Okay, and you can see Jalen does not stunt and recover. There's zero backside help whatsoever on this pick and pop, so Jason G's not going to have time to get back, and it's an open jumper. Totally unnecessary switch right here. Okay, look at this. All right, so first of all, there is no screen being set here. Okay, but let's just say this did turn into a stagger, then there's still no need to switch, right? If you're Elwood, you go under, over, and Jason G is staying attached and showing, and you're just chasing. Okay, if it's just a singular down screen right here, still no need to switch because, Lats can stay attached and show, and you just chase. But look what happens here. So Elwood's calling out a totally unnecessary switch, which, by the way, it doesn't turn into anything. There's no, this player, Lats man, isn't setting a screen. So look, now, because all it takes is a beat, 1 second. You're a beat off switching, and look, now Lats has got to sprint out to get to the man that Elwood wanted him to switch onto for no reason. So now look, again, now you allow yourself to get beat with a rip and go drive because of that unnecessary switch. You draw help. Now the help has to go sprint out to the three-point line, and again, it just leads to a layup, but it's all because Elwood called out an unnecessary switch that didn't need to happen. Perfect. There we go. Look at this. You run a ball screen right here. Rochester switches Armon onto Jason G. And what happens? We immediately take advantage of it. And guess what? Soon as Jason G catches it, Armon can't defend him at all in the post, and it's an and one. There we go. Okay, so first of all, somewhat sloppy ball screen defense here again, right? All right, you get a ball screen getting set. If Lats is going under and you're not switching this seems like a pretty switchable ball screen. But if you don't want to switch this, then Jalen's got to get up and jam the screener if Lats is going under. There's zero reason for him not to do this. Because look, because if you jam the screener, now Latz's path to going underneath is a lot simpler. Look at when you don't jam the screener. Just that little bump right there gives this guard the angle to get into the lane. Now, Elwood is too far over here, okay? You want to stay level to your man, right? You're seeing both. When your man's right here, though, again, you're much closer to the nail here. You're way too far over here. And if your man is coming here to the corner, again, you're staying level with him. Okay, you're right at the nail. This is way too far to be at the foul line. Again, shell drill. Are you at the foul line when your man is here? No, you're not. You're certainly not hugging the 3-point line. You're right at about the nail. Okay, and then look, as your man kind of cuts through here, Jason G's going to step up, and now this is Jason G's assignment. Now Jason G's at the nail, and you're going with your man. But Elwood's just in total no man's land. Okay, I mean, this is way too far. Now again, Latz had to give up the angle to get into the lane because Jalen didn't jam the screener when Latz went under. Okay, but again, this is Jason G's gap area right here. Okay, you're just in no man's land. Your man is shuffling to the corner here. But now, you're caught in no man's land, so you give up 3, and it was just multiple mistakes. Okay, when you switch a ball screen, you always go underneath the screener. Look at this. Cody, when Cody switches his ball screen, bang, you're getting screened underneath the screener. When you switch over the top like this, look at this. Now, well, first of all, you can give up layups because, you allow them to slip it. You're just not in position to defend like this. But what happens here is that Latz is just going to flinch a little bit because you switched this ball screen poorly. See, look at that little flinch right there. Okay, because he thinks he needs to be in backside help because this is how you switched this ball screen. Instead of, okay, screen bang, okay, I'm immediately underneath the screener. But Latz just flinches a little bit to get him because he feels he needs to be in backside help. So now he's got to sprint to get out, and he's out of position, so he gives up a 3. Okay, so Jason G's whiffing twice here, all right? His man's setting a cross screen right here on Latz. What's Jason G got to do? You're attached, and you jam this player as he comes through that cross screen. So he doesn't do it there, so that one doesn't bite you, but this one does. Another cross screen right here. Where's Jason G? Your man's setting a screen, you're attached, right? And you got to jam this player a little bit as he comes through, okay, so that Elwood has some time to get on the other side. And look, you don't jam this Rochester player coming through. So now look, now Elwood, you let this player just fly off that screen, and now it's just, it's only a step, but it's a step that wouldn't have been there if you just jammed that player as he came through that screen. And it's 3 points for Rochester. Beautiful, perfect. Look at this. Dribble handoff, force a switch, and look what happens. We do not fool around, right? As soon as this ball gets down low, it's 2 points. You identify the mismatch, down low, easy 2 for Jason G. So again, on this press, I have no idea what Elwood's doing here, okay? I mean, look at this. If you're angling him to the sidelines here, then there's got to be a second defender coming up right here, okay? And cutting this off right here, okay? And you're trapping, all right? If not, then Elwood, get over the top and play him one-on-one. But Elwood's forcing him to the sideline, but there's no one to keep him on the sideline. So now this player's able to dribble all the way up. And look, you don't get a trap going until half court. So now your rotations are all out of whack. I mean, you've given up numbers here. Okay, you can't deny one pass away here because then this area, this person's going to be open. And Cody then couldn't sink down here because now this person's going to be open. So, I mean, it's just a disaster. Elwood right here, again, if you're keeping him to the sideline, you got to have a defender coming in here to trap. But you wait till he crosses half court to trap, so now you're done. I mean, now you're giving up a wide open 3, and that's bad news. Just set this screen. Look at this. Jalen, wait. Jason G, come here and set it. Okay, and look at how open this is. You got great spacing. Look at this. If you just set this screen, Jason G should get a layup here. I mean, Jalen drags the big. Jason G's rolls open. I don't think any Rochester backside defender is getting there on time. Look, the ball screen will be set right now. I mean, it looks like it's almost getting set, and no Rochester backside defender is anywhere to be found. So if you just actually run a ball screen here, and Jalen is patient, comes off it lets Jason G roll, you should get a layup out of it, right? Look at this. This big, it looks like he's coming over to hedge, but he doesn't have to because there's no ball screening set. And look at how open Jason G's roll is. But you don't set the screen, so now it's just right back into one-on-one, and it's a contested three, and it's 0. Okay, so Jalen's going to blow by his man and get him into the lane here, but look at Damian, okay? So right here you see this big is going to step up and help. Now, again, that's Damian's man right here. Okay, so again, Damian's got to cut hard, not cutting hard at all. Look at this. Steps up right here. Look at how he hasn't moved. Okay, he should be diving hard to this open space and trying to do his best to have a wide body there, wide base, okay, and sealing off this defender. So again, you're just catching it, going up for 2. Okay, but look at how he doesn't, see how he doesn't move there? So now you allow this defender to get on your inside hip. See, again, look, Jalen gets into the lane here. Bang, you see your man step up. He should be diving hard now to this open space. So we can just get that ball to you and it's an easy 2. But you see when he does, look at how he doesn't move. See how he doesn't move at all? So now instead of being in this little charge circle right here, catch, dunk, you let this defender now on your inside hip. Now you still get an open catch and shoot 3 here from Cody. Doesn't go down. But again, let's get an open catch and shoot dunk from Damian. Okay, sloppy ball screen defense here. Run this ball screen right there. So is Damian trying to hedge here? If Damian's trying to hedge here, Latz has got to do a much better job of closing this space off. You can't let this player split through. If Damian's supposed to be switching this, then he's gambling here by getting way out in front. I mean, if you're just switching this, then Damian just come up here ready to guard. I don't know why you're trying to, I don't know what that was. But so again, either way, it's sloppy ball screen defense. Either you're hedging and there's just too much of a gap between Damian and Latz, so now this player can split through there, okay? Or Damian's switching this ball screen, but gambling. I don't really know what that is if he's trying to switch. Either way, now you force Jason G to have to help, and you can see it's just going to end up being a layup now. Run an empty side ball screen. Spacing's not great, all right? You're right. You run this ball screen. Cody's clogging up Damian's roll. Also, Jason, look how close Jason G is standing to this ball screen. So now it's way too easy for this defender to get in backside help. But it's still effective. I mean, it's still really effective. Look at this. Damian sets a hard screen. Okay, and look. So right here, you see Jason G's got to see his man is stepping up in backside help. What do? You got to dive hard, okay, and try and you can wide base, seal off this defender right here. Okay, and I understand why Damian, because he's so close to the hoop, is trying to go up with this. I mean, you don't get anything there. I mean, decent amount of times you can get a foul there. But again, Damian's got to be looking to the weak side of the floor here. Okay, we either have Jason G right here, and his cut wasn't that great, so we don't really have Jason G. But again, look what we have here. Jason G's cut is going to occupy this defender, and oh my God, Cody's wide open for a catch-and-shoot 3. Okay, but again, Damian's looking to score here. I understand why he's trying to score there because he catches the ball so low, but the weak side of the floor is open. And, Jason G didn't do us any favors by being so close to that ball screen to begin with. All right, unnecessary switch here. This ball screen's getting run. Armand's the screener. So, again, I mean, Cody can easily jam the screener right here, and Damian can go under, right? You can hedge. You can ice. But again, if you switch this ball screen, this is not a great matchup on the perimeter here. Because look, now we got Damian going one-on-one with Armand here, and he's about to get toasted here on the one-on-one here and give up a 2. So, I mean, again, if you go back to this ball screen here, it's okay for Damian to switch on to Armand if he can handle him, but he clearly can't. So it's so easy right now for Cody to just jam Armand with his body. Damian can easily get underneath, and you're not giving up anything, and you're not giving up a mismatch. But you switch this ball screen, okay, and now Damian's going one-on-one with Armand, okay, and he's about to get roasted there, and you give up 2. This ball's got to go down low. We've seen Jason G when he gets switched onto a guard. It's easy money down low. Just Jalen, pull this ball back. Let Jason G set up. Let's get an easy 2 points. But again, no one tries to get the ball to Jason G, and you end up not getting anything. And we've seen, we've seen it now twice. Rochester switch a guard onto Jason G, and it's easy. But, here, again, no one's looking for Jason G on that mismatch, and you don't get anything. Jason G's got to get a lot higher here when he hedges. Look at this ball screen right here. What is Jason G? Look at all this sagging. I mean, if you're hedging, what? Get up, okay? Because now it's a lot easier here for Latz to be the tag man here. Keep in mind, when you hedge, as soon as Armand hesitates or picks up his dribble, you can get back. But now Latz, first of all, this pass is a lot more difficult to make to the lift, but it's also a lot easier for Latz to be the tag man if you're hedging high, okay? And all he has to do is just come up a little bit, boom, back out. But look what happens. I mean, Jason G's giving up the lane here because he's sagging. So now look at how far over Latz has to come over here on this roll. And now, by the way, this pass is a lot easier to make, and Armand now can drag. It's a lot easier for Armand to drag Jason G a lot more because you've just given up the lane. So now look, now Latz, instead of just being able to tag and come back out, has got to get all the way down here. So no, look, now he's got to sprint to get back out. He's going to get beat on a rip and go drive. Now Jason G has to help, and it just leads to a little jumper. Okay, this is atrocious ball screen defense. Look at this. You set this ball screen right here. Okay, what's happening? Is Jalen hedging, right? You got to get high. Okay. All right. Are you jamming the screener and going under? Then you got to jam the screener and go under. I mean, Jalen does absolutely nothing here. So Damian just gets screened. I guess maybe, are you hedging? If you're hedging, you should be here, right? You got backside help right here. Okay, Jason G on this Rochester roll, but the Jalen just does nothing, and now this player just wide open lane layup. It's another unnecessary switch. I mean, right here, you run this ball screen. Okay, Rochester runs this ball screen. All right, like what? Why can't Jason G just jam and have Elwood go under? Jason G can hedge. You got backside help right here with Damian. Okay. But again, you switch this ball screen, and you just put yourself in a terrible spot. Now you got Jason G guarding on the perimeter, and Rochester's best big man, you got Elwood having to go with. Okay? And now look, now it's just catch, and now there's nothing Elwood can do now, and it's going to end up being a two-shot foul. But it goes back to, there was no need to have to switch this ball screen. Again, jam and go under. I'm sorry, let's pull that back here. Jam and go under, hedge. Right? But if you switch this, then you can't be giving up these mismatches all over the place. And at that point, you give up a mismatch, and it's a two-shot foul. Can't be any space when you hedge this ball screen here. Look at Jason G. I mean, you're hedging this. Look at this. Look at the sagging. I mean, this is going to happen every time. Bad things happen when you sag. Okay? And again, look at, see a ball screen getting set. If your defense is hedging, then bang, you're immediately up. Right? You want to close this gap off so he can't split through, but you're up, okay? And again, it looks like you're trying to hedge a ball screen with Jason G sagging off the big here, setting the screen, and bad things just happen. And this time it's 3 points. This is about communication here. I mean, Rochester's running a ball screen. It looks like Elwood's planning on switching this. I mean, one of two things don't happen here. Either Elwood isn't calling out switch. Okay, you can't ever assume that a teammate's just going to switch naturally. You got to call out switch right now with this ball screen being set. Or Elwood's calling out switch, and Latz is still trying to fight underneath. Okay, once your teammate calls out switch, you can't try and fight through the screen anymore. It's bang, bang. You got to immediately take the screener because you know your teammate's taking the player coming off the ball screen. Okay, but look what happens here. We got two players going towards the ball. No one taking Armand, so it's just a wide open three, and that's that. Again, Cody's going to beat his man, but Damian's fading away here. Look at this. Look how he's fading away. Damian, you're seeing your man, you're seeing the ball. You've got to dive to this open space here. Okay, look what happens. You fade away as opposed to right now just diving to the space so Cody can drop it to you. You can either power up over this player right here, or you draw this big, and now we got Jason G wide open, but you fade away this way so Cody doesn't have that option, and now you let your man help, and it's going to be a travel and a turnover. Can't let him turn the corner when you trap on this press. Look at Cody right here. Cody and Jalen got him trapped here. Okay, I mean, we need someone to rotate up here. This pass through is too easy. Okay, but Cody, you gotta stay on this, but Jalen's got him trapped on this area. You look at where Cody's going to go, though. Look at where's Cody going? You've just, for no reason, allowed him to turn the corner now. Still got his dribble alive. Okay, again, we need someone up here because this pass through is way too easy. I mean, again, when you're if you're trapping the way you're supposed to, 2 passes away, you shouldn't really have to worry about. Okay, but again, Cody's going to let him turn the corner, let him out of this trap, and now you're in trouble. Now you're giving up numbers, and it's open 3. When you trap, you got to take out 1 pass away. Look what happens. Cody and Elwood have a good trap going here. Okay, but what are Jalen and Latz doing? First of all, both of them are going towards the same man, and then both of them go away and are just in no man's land. Look at this. Jalen's in no man's land. Latz is in no man's land. So you got this player trapped. Look at all the options that he's got now because we've just got guys. No one's denying here 1 pass away. You've given he could throw it here, here, here. No one's covered 1 pass away. I mean, when you trap and you let them pass out of it, you're in a lot of trouble. And look, you let them pass out of it because there's no one denying 1 pass away, so you give up an open 3. So again, you trap out of this press. This is going to be a problem if you let them pass through. Look at this. Where you come to trap, look at how easy it is to pass out of this. Once you allow this pass to get made, you're in a whole heck of a lot of trouble because you've just given up numbers. Okay? Like right here, if you're going to, this has to be like, okay, we're trapping right here at half court. Then there's got to be, then right now, someone's got to be rotating, right? 1 pass away, 1 pass away. We're going to trap them at half court. Okay? And then you're good. But once you it's just way too easy to pass out of this. And once he passes out of this, look, now you're done. Now you're giving up numbers, and you're going to be giving up someone an open look. And it's going to be right there, and it's 3 points. Lean, look at Elwood right here. Right here comes a ball screen. Look at this. You cannot start leaning towards this screen, right? Until he comes off it, until you actually get screened, then you can start, whatever your ball screen defense is, that's what Elwood should start to be doing. But when you start leaning early, look at this little lean. See that lean that way? Now you let Armand right here refuse the screen, get right into the lane, and now you're forced to foul, and it's 2 shots. Got to get this ball down low. Look at this. You got Jason G switched onto a guard. Like right now, we've seen Jason G. Anytime he gets switched onto a guard, it's game over once we get the ball down there. So right now, Elwood, don't be looking to score. Let Jason G set up on this mismatch and just go right down low. It's an easy 2 points. But look at, I don't know what Elwood, well, he can't really get the ball down low. But look at this, Cody. You got to, how are we getting the ball down low? That's Cody's only responsibility right now. Get this ball down here, okay? Maybe someone flashes to the high post and we go high-low. Whatever it is, this is where the ball's got to be. But Cody is what on earth is this? And now you lose that advantage. So you run this ball screen, you get Damian switched onto a guard, right? We know how easy this is. Now, probably takes a little bit longer than it should to get the ball down there because look at this. I mean, I believe that's Latz going to blow by his man baseline here. Look at Damian right here. I mean, this is where the ball's got to be. Damian's got his man sealed. Like, get this ball right to Damian. So first it goes to Cody, and now they scram out of that, okay? But by then it's too late, and it's an easy putback. But there it was, you got helped a lot there by them switching that ball screen and getting that guard onto Damian. Okay, so if you're Jason G here, okay, when the ball gets thrown to the post, you really don't want to allow this player to spin baseline right here, okay? Because you can see, now if we're digging in the post, right, our post dig's coming from here and here. So you want to keep them towards this part of the floor. It's much harder to help if you let him spin baseline. Now, again, the other issue, he does spin baseline. So the issue is, let's take a look at Damian. Damian's not seeing the post at all. Okay, the ball's in the post. Damian's just seeing it now. See, look at how long Damian's got his eyes off the ball for. Not now he sees it. Okay? Again, if Damian's seeing the ball and his man, right, head on a swivel, never taking his eye off either for more than a second. Now he's seeing it. Now he knows, look at, like right now, I'm seeing it, and now I see the spin. I'm getting to this spot right now, okay, and then hopefully someone helps the helper. But really, Jason G should be forcing the big towards the middle of the floor because this is where your post digs come from, right? From Jalen, from Latz. Okay, but if you let him turn baseline, there's no post digs coming. And now you got to hope that Damien's going to be able to beat him to the spot and help, and then you also have to hope someone helps the helper this way. So multiple mistakes, and it just leads to a layup. Okay, you got to hedge high here. Look at Jason G. I mean, look, you can't sag. Look at the space between the screener and Jason G. He's got to get up. Okay, you're stopping this ball handler's dribble out here. You cannot allow him to get into the lane. Look what happens when you let him get into the lane. Now you can't have any backside help. If Damien goes here to be in backside help, then his man's wide open, right? So you hedge high. This ball handler's dribble is stopped all the way out here. And look, now Damien can get aggressive in this backside help area. Jalen can kind of sink down and occupy the players 2 passes away, okay? And then you're good. As soon as the ball handler hesitates or picks up his dribble, Jason G can go back onto his man, okay? But you cannot allow this player to get into the lane. Now you're done. I mean, there's nothing you can do. Again, if Damien steps up here, this is open. So you can't get aggressive in that backside help area, and you're just going to give up 2 points. Look at how great this is. Jalen's going to blow past his man, and look at this. Look what Damien does. Now, what does he do? He does not stand. He doesn't fade, right? He's moving. He's cutting right here, okay? Because, look, if he just stands, now this defender is going to be able to rotate. But because he started his cut right here, now look. Now look at this drop-off. Look where he's catching this. He's catching this right in the charge circle. So now there's no time for any defender to rotate, and it's just a layup. Can't let him pass out of it. You trap at half court right here. Look at this. What's Jason G doing? Get up, right? You're trapping, okay? Again, everyone 1 pass away has to get taken out. Because if you trap and they pass out, you're in trouble, okay? So right here, boom. Right there, okay? Elwood with people 2 passes away. But Jason G, I don't really know what he's doing. He's waiting. So now they pass out of it. And again, now you're done. Now you've given up numbers. Now it's a 3-on-2 for Rochester. And it's going to lead to an easy layup. So great spacing, right? Good spacing. What does Latz do? Attacks downhill immediately. Okay, look at that. You attack downhill. You drag that second defender. Damien's roll is wide open, right? Because you've emptied out the strong side of the floor. And again, this is a layup. You know, if the pass gets through, Rochester ends up kicking this ball, and you've got to take it out of bounds. But you can see, I mean, everything is great. I mean, as soon as this pass gets through, it's a layup. Now, again, you get a little bit unlucky there that Rochester is able to kick it, and it goes out of bounds. But you can see the spacing, drag the big, everything's there. You just got to get that pass through. Okay, so sloppy ball screen defense here. Okay, Rochester runs his ball screen. Again, if Jalen's going under, Damien's got to jam the screener right here. Okay, like right now, boom. You're up, and Jalen, now his route to go under is far easier than if you don't jam the screener. And the other thing is, let's look at Cody. What's he doing? You're hugging the 3-point line. All right, the basketball's right here. Cody should definitely be way closer to the nail here. All right, you don't want to have to move, right? You should already be there. Like right now, you're at the nail, right? Back to the basket, okay? And you're defending in the gaps. But really the problem is that right here, you don't jam the screener, so Jalen's route to go under is much more difficult. So now this player here has the lane to the basket because of that. Okay, and now Cody isn't really properly in the gaps defensive. Now Cody really Jalen shouldn't get beat like this, but Cody also shouldn't have to move, right? Again, if Cody's already there, he doesn't have to move, right? It's just jab, recover. But when you have to move, it takes you a little bit extra time to have to get out to the 3-point line. And now again, Armand right here is going to beat Cody with a little rip and go drive and a little pull-up jumper there. But that all really got started here. Like this guard right here should never have had the angle to get into the lane here, but Damien doesn't jam the screener the way he's supposed to, and, you know, that kind of takes your defense out of whack and leads to a jumper. Okay, so first of all, you run this ball screen with bad spacing, right? Okay, Damien's going to set a ball screen. Jason, get out of there. Okay, you're just clogging up the lane for Damien to roll. But really what happens here is, look, you get a great switch. I mean, look at this. You got Damien switched onto Armand. That's big against a guard. This has to get taken advantage of. Damien, you got to say something. Cody right here needs to identify this. And bang, we're hammering this mismatch down low. Again, Jason G, get out of the way, get to the weak side of the floor, and let's just set up and let's hammer this mismatch. Because that should be an easy basket for Damien once we get the ball to him. But again, look at this. I mean, Damien's got to do a much better job of setting up. Jason G is still just destroying the spacing. But this is where we got to go. If you're Cody, pull the dribble back, and let's just hammer that mismatch down low. But you take so long to take advantage of it, okay, and then the offense resets. Going up the gut, got a down screen coming right here. Look at this. So right here, Jason G's got to be seeing this, right? So what's Jason G doing? He's staying attached. You're attached so that your man can't slip this, and you're just showing, okay? And then if you're lats, you are chasing off this player's outside hip. When you go up the gut, bad things happen, right? But look where well, first of all, Jason G doesn't show. Second of all, lats goes up the gut there. So now look at the angle right there, okay? See how now you've given this player ability to just rip and get right into the lane? It's exactly what happens. Look, now that draws help. Okay, no one to help the helper, so it just is going to lead to an easy layup. All right, this is good execution. Look at this. Cody's going to beat his man into the lane, and look at Jason G right here, okay? So his man steps up to help. Now, does Jason G just stand here, okay, or worst either, fade to the three-point line? No, look what he's going to do. Look at how he's going to start to cut. And that difference, look, now he's catching the ball, right at the tip of the charge circle. If he just stands here, okay, and doesn't move at all, doesn't start cutting, now he's catching the ball out here, and it's much easier for the defense to rotate. But Jason G sees his man's going to help, and look he starts to cut. So now he's catching this right at the tip of the charge circle, and now the defense can't rotate, so it leads to a layup, but an easy putback for two. All right, so good ball screen defense here. You hedge, then they set a flare screen that you just switch big to big. That's good, but here's the problem right here, okay? Now, Damian's in the gaps right here defensively, right? Okay? Jab, recover. But again, being in the gaps defensively, we just want that dribble picked up. That's all we're looking for. We're not trying to get a steal because we're not gambling here. But look what Damian does here, okay? Look at dribbles picked up, out. Get your hands out of there. Back out to the perimeter, okay? Jason G's got this player one-on-one. All right, but look what Damian's doing. Now you're not in the gaps. Now you're gambling. It's stunt, recover, not stunt and gamble. Okay? And Damian's going to keep his hand in there long past when the dribble's picked up, when Jason G can just handle him one-on-one, and now it's a two-shot foul. Okay, so you run the empty side ball screen right here. So right here, you get a switch. Okay? Like, first of all, Matt, we got to switch. Like right now, Matt's a big, Armand's a guard. Like, we should try and go down low and take advantage of this mismatch. Okay, because if that's not a mismatch we can take advantage of, then there's no reason for Matt to be setting this ball screen. I mean, look, if you set a ball screen and the other team can just switch and you don't have a mismatch, then there's no reason to be setting the ball screen. Right here, either Matt, go up and post up down low, or don't be the one that comes and runs this ball screen right here. Dribble handoff. Okay, let's have Jason G set it so now Rochester can't switch, right? Because now if Rochester switches Armand onto Jason G, we should be able to hammer that mismatch. But look at it again. Like right now, okay, you just ran a ball screen, so now you got a big guarding Cody right here. Okay, Matt, go down low and hammer this mismatch down low with Armand. But it doesn't end up happening, so now look. Now you're running another pointless ball screen right here. I'm sorry, that's Reed, my bad. Now you're running another pointless ball screen, though. It's big to big with Rochester. Again, way too easy for Rochester to switch. So now look, again, all these ball screens have done nothing if Matt's not going to be able to take advantage of being switched onto a guard down low, and now it's a turnover. This is the issue with pressing like this. Looks like you trap right here. Okay, so right here, first of all, I mean, if you trap, get all the way. I mean, at this point, we got two guys going to the ball. Cody, come up more. Elwood, come up more. Okay, so now the problem is that, look, we got, so Jason G's all the way back here guarding two passes away. Okay, and if you're trapping like this, okay, look at this. So you trap, everyone one pass away has got to get taken out, right? Matt should be staying here, Jalen should be here, and Jason G's got to rotate up. Okay, and again, Cody needs to do a much better job of trapping. Elwood needs to do a much better job of trapping. There should not be this much distance right here between Cody and the ball handler. But, at the same time, Matt, you got to rotate over here. Jason G's got to rotate up here. Because, again, once you trap now and you make it easy for them to pass out of it, you got to assume you're in trouble. See, look, now you're in trouble. Okay, and now our defense is scrambling. And, look, now Matt's got to scramble to get out here, okay, one-on-one, and he's going to end up just getting beat on a rip-and-go drive. It's going to force, I'm sorry, that was Reed in the back. Reed's going to then have to help at the rim, so Jalen ends up helping the helper so that there's no one to drop it off to here. But you can see, that leaves his man open at the top of the key, and it's three. But this all really, again, this all got broken down because, is kind of like this trap is not very much of a trap because there should never be this much space here between Cody and the ball handler. You got to get up, one pass away, read up here, one pass away, because again, once they pass out of it, now you're in trouble. Now the defense is scrambling, rip and go drive, that forces help, and then that leaves the three-point line open, and you give up 3 points. So again, you run this ball screen here. You got to take advantage of this. Okay, this is Rochester. This is even a littler guard. I mean, now Matt's got a serious size advantage here. Look at this. Matt is switched on to this guard. He's probably got at least 7 inches on this guard. I mean, again, we have to identify this. Jalen, pull your dribble back, calm down. Matt, you need to set up down low, okay? Because again, this is something that we should. I mean, you got 7 inches on this guard. That's someone you can definitely take advantage of with a mismatch down low in the paint. So again, this is our sole focus now. Matt is down low, and we're just hammering that mismatch, okay? But again, no one's really looking for it. Matt's not doing a great job of setting up down low, and now the ball's out of bounds, and you lose that mismatch. Okay, so again on this press, I mean, this is essentially a zone press. Okay, because look what happens here. You got Cody guarding air right here. Cody's not guarding anyone. Okay, so right here, Cody, you're either coming up here to trap, okay, and then we got to get one pass away. The big needs to step up a little bit, okay. Or Cody, you got to go find someone to guard right here. Go guard the middle so Matt can take this man. Because look what happens. Cody guards air, so now Matt feels like he has to step up and guard the middle right here. So now look, now this pass over the top is way too easy to make, and now look, now Rochester's off to the races with numbers, and it's going to lead to a 2-shot foul. The problem with popping, okay, it looks like Rochester's switching, but they're way late to switch. So look at Matt right here. Matt, instead of popping here, roll, okay? Because I don't know if Cody's even looking at you right here. That pocket pass is going to be there if you roll, okay? Or if you roll, I mean, look, they still have not switched this yet. Okay, they eventually do, okay? But again, if Matt rolls here, okay, what's going to happen? Well, if either Cody can hit him with a pocket pass or you pass out to Jalen, and again, now you're right here, and now we're hoping Jalen can find you. Or when your man eventually does come to switch, you're sealing him off. Or if this player comes over to here, then you're sealing this player off. But look, you pop, so now you don't make them pay for this extremely late switch. Okay, and now you're just back into one-on-one mode, and you clank a jumper. So we don't really want to hug here. Okay, look, they throw the ball down low, Rochester does. Look at Cody all the way out here. Why? The ball's in the post. There's just no need for this. We see all the time. You get back out in plenty of time. Cody, drop halfway. Okay? I mean, Armon is 7 steps beyond the three-point line. Great. Get to maybe around the nail there. Okay, so now when he puts the ball on the floor, 1-2, look at Cody can jab, okay, clog up that, try and dig, right, dig in the post, kind of like Jalen's trying to do, but he's in your area of the floor right here, Cody. You got to be right here, okay, and you can jab, and you have plenty of time to recover. Again, Armon wants to be out near half court, great, well, then we won't need to worry about him then. But you need to get to the nail here, right? Get to about halfway between the three-point line and the post. Dig, recover. But there's no post dig from Cody. Jalen's not able to get there in time, so it's just an easy layup. So Jared's going to beat his man baseline here, okay? But this has got to get out of Damian's system here. Look at this. You draw this defender, okay? Damian, don't fade away from the paint. Dive to this open space. Once you dive to this space here, dunk, right? Jared turns the corner. And look you've just gone further away from the paint. If you just dive to this open space, now Jared just hits you here, dunk. Okay, now you end up scoring here, but it's much more difficult. Now it's Cody on a rip-and-go drive and a contested mid-range jumper. How much easier would this have been is if once Jared blows by his man in the corner and turns the corner here, Damian just steps up here and it's a dunk. But, again, you score here, but it would have been a lot easier if it was a Damian dunk there. That's basic. Cody's just leaving too soon. You hedge this ball screen. Okay, look at this. Cody can't leave in this tag area right here until Jason G's all the way back. Look at this. Cody's leaving right now, and Jason G isn't back yet. Okay, so if you're Cody, you got to stay an extra second longer until you see that Jason G's back on his man, then you can leave and get out to the three-point line. But if you leave too soon in that backside help area, this is pretty basic. This is going to happen. Great spacing here. Empty side ball screen. Okay, Cody with a great pocket pass through. Now look, okay, this is textbook. You draw a backside defender. Jason G wanted cut hard, okay, and you're occupying this defender, okay? So Jason G, you're either sealing off this defender and you're on his inside hip, and we should be going to you for a layup, or look what happens here, okay? This defender kind of gets on your inside hip. So now again, Damian, what does that mean? That's fine. That means the three-point line's wide open. And look, it's lats too. So, this is just a layup for lats right there. Okay, so now if this is not a bad shot. Okay, it's not a bad shot at all. It doesn't go in. But again, look at the openings right here. Empty side ball screen, pocket pass through, draw that backside defender. Okay, and now we're looking to the weak side of the floor. Jason G first. His defender got on his inside hip. Fine. His defender, though, that he's occupying was defending lats. So let's go to lats. The three-point line is wide open. That's a layup for lats. You don't take a bad shot, but the weak side was open there. This just can't happen with Damian here. Look at this. Let's zoom in on him. He's just ball watching way too much. Look at this. Look how long he isn't seeing his man for. We'll back it up just a second so we can count. All right. 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. You cannot take your eye off your man for 3 seconds like that. Look at now he's going to beat you back door. Okay, again, head on a swivel. You're seeing ball, certainly, but you're seeing man back and forth, right? You're not taking your eye off either for more than a second. When you take your eye off your man like this for 3 whole seconds, you can be assured that you're going to get beat back door like this. And now you got a foul and it's 2 shots. Okay, so I don't know what this ball screen defense is. Either Elwood right here is leaning, right? You can't cheat the screen, okay, and anticipate because you're just going to let the ball handler refuse the screen and you're going to be giving up easy looks, okay? Or, you end up switching this. This looked like you were maybe trying to ice this, but you end up switching it because Elwood goes with the big. Now, I'm assuming you didn't want to switch that, and I'm assuming you didn't want Jason G switched on to Armand and Elwood switched on to Rochester's best big man. So, again, if that is what you want to do, then Jason G can't sag this much. I know he's worried about getting blown by Armand, but when you sag like that, you're just giving up an open jumper. So, I don't know what the ball screen defense was there, but it was not very good. Okay, so again, if you're switching this, what's going on here? If Jared is switching this ball screen, then you cannot go towards the ball handler at all. Okay, look at how Jared's going toward. Look at where Jared is. Okay, so if you're hedging this ball screen, you have to have backside help, right? Cody's got to get up, stunt, recover, but Jared ends up just switching onto this big. So why is Jared even going towards the ball right here? Okay, if you're switching, all right, bang, you're screened. Okay, you're underneath. Right? You're just switching. Okay, if you're hedging, then again, you got to have backside help, stunt, recover. But either way, again, bad ball screen defense leads to an open 3 for Rochester.